Welcome to my three-part podcast on the topic of my own transformative journey of turning my passion into a business. In this series, I share my initial sparks of inspiration to the many challenges I faced along the way to develop a sustainable business. This is the third and final episode for this series. My first attempt at transitioning a passion into a business began right after junior college. I and a friend discovered that certain stainless steel assembly puzzles were not available in the Singapore market at the time, and we had sought to import these intricate marvels for sale. Now, in a mad rush to make things work, my partner and I snagged a non-exclusive distribution agreement with the US-based manufacturer. At the time, I didn't really know what non-exclusive distribution agreement meant, and for the first few months, we actually enjoyed a rather profitable joyride. We were students with zero knowledge in marketing, sales, operations, or law, to tell you the truth. We incorporated a partnership, cobbled together the funds, and hit the ground running. We were feeling the high of running a profitable venture until larger players swooped in, grabbing distribution rights left and right. Before long, the non-exclusive nature of our deal became a double-edged sword. And it was only through this rather painful lesson that I learned what exactly a non-exclusive distribution right even meant. And it's not to trivialize the other lessons, because there were countless lessons that I drew from this first attempt. And with the benefit of age in hindsight, I identify a few that I promised myself I would never repeat. As a lawyer now, there are some that stand out to me in particular. The first is that depending on the specific state of the market and the industry that I was in, I should consider if there were opportunities to create a moat, so to speak, to protect my company's market share. For example, if I were to redo that business all over again, if I was given that opportunity, I would have fervently tried to negotiate for exclusive distribution rights, given that the product had not entered the Singapore market yet at the time. I would have also asked and considered if the manufacturer even had distributors in our regional neighbours, if at all. By listening and acting on nothing but my passion for the idea, I was blinded to how easily replicable the idea was and the low barriers to entry for the products I wanted to bring to Singapore. I also did not consider how easy it would be for low effort copycats to seize a slice of the pie that we had enjoyed at the time, and how easy it was for others to identify that our products were selling pretty well. Making that effort to ask and negotiate and find formal enforceable protections from a business will have prolonged the viability and longevity of that particular business. Even if I could not think that far ahead at the time, I should have considered asking an expert for an opinion or his help on the same. And this brings me to the second lesson, was that once the market became more crowded than before, what would I have to do to make my business venture stand out, especially since the company had a first mover advantage? Having rushed into this particular business line, any attempt at marketing, sales, and operations were essentially learning on the job. I had overlooked the possibility that I would have to learn all these business functions, as I very naively believed that there would be no competitors in the market, given the state of the market at the time. There also came a growing tide of copycats from China, flooding the market with cheaper knockoff alternatives. Constantly, reviewing the market and understanding our competitors was definitely a blind spot I belatedly discovered and struggled to address. Thus, the second lesson learned was that I should never underestimate the power of doing some research and staying informed. The consequence of not looking up your competition or prospective competition and not staying up to date on your industry will lead you to you perpetually playing catch up and bleeding your business costs as your tuition fee to learn all these business functions along the way. These are some of the many lessons I had uncovered at the start of my journey. The love and passion I had for my idea really drove me. But the painful reality was that passion alone is often not enough. I realized that I needed a good blend of business acumen, market insight, and of course a strategic mindset. A recipe for success that I try to carry with me in all my future projects. Here at Vanilla Law, we are business lawyers that love entrepreneurship with an unwavering passion. If my lessons, all my own experience resonated with you, feel free to drop me a message or a call. We do all we can to make your passion a resilient, self-sustaining business. Your passion deserves nothing less.